to talk about the Streets of New Capenna pre-release.
Wow, Maria, you went to a real in-life, in-person pre-release this weekend.
Yes, it was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the first in-person pre-release that I've played since the start of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Because everything had been on Arena, so we really didn't have to go out and play in a store. And I'm so happy that Wizards kind of forced our hand here on this one for whatever reason, and we had to go out and play in stores.
Agreed.
But do you remember, like, going to a pre-release? They were always some of my favorite days.
Yes.
Just
they're
period.
so much fun.
Because you have the ritual in the morning of getting up, getting your bag ready, making sure you have your sleeves and your deck box and everything. And by the way,
shout out to sponsor Ultra Pro. Look at this gorgeous boy.
I know, I brought their like premium deck box here with the Planeswalker symbol on it.
Oh, dice tray.
Oof.
Maria, what
nice.
do I always forget to bring to a pre-release?
Well, you won't forget if it's right in there.
if it's right in here.
Yeah, it was great. By the way, magnetic closure. Anyway, yeah, so like just the ritual of getting everything ready to go in the morning, de-sleeving your old stuff, putting it, you know, it just was so lovely. And then walking into the store, everybody's there to play. Nobody's played with the cards before. Just the exciting feeling of being with everybody again in an event that, you know, nobody knows what's going to happen, right? You're just like, well, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
You know, I might build a hot train wreck and that's okay. Everyone has fun at a pre-release, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a friendly, happy environment. So at the pre-release I went to, they handed out decks randomly.
Okay.
Or family packs, I should say. And I got Cabaretti anyway.
Ooh,
Which is the one I wanted.
Lucky you.
So I was like, hey, it's a sign. And each of the pre-release packs included a family deck. So I should say a family like bonus pack to help you play the colors of the family pack that you chose. And this is what I've created. I have, if you're watching the video version, my deck laid out here on the table for everybody to see. It's quite powerful.
I want to point out just what's over here on the very top end. Not to skip to, you know, the pinnacle, the cherry on the sundae, but Titan of Industry, not one, but two
of those bad boys.
Of this mythic elemental. This is 4 green.
It's stupid.
For a 7/7 reach trample. When it enters the battlefield, choose 2. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Target player gains 5 life. Create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token, or put a shield counter on a creature you control.
This card, I felt legitimately bad casting it.
Busted.
That's how busted in half it is.
Yes.
Every time I apologized. I'm a Minnesotan, of course, you know, that's a caveat there. But even if I wasn't, I feel like I would have. Yeah, reach. It has reach. It is trample. It makes you a 4/4. It protects itself or whatever you want.
Yeah. Wow.
Card's stupid.
This card is so good.
So that was my top end, was 2 of those babies.
Yeah.
But I think the other highlight of this deck was the incredible amount of fixing I had.
Oh.
Because I think that was a question I had going in. You know, what will the fixing be like in Streets of New Capenna? Now, of course, we had those bonus packs or whatever. But here I have 3 Cabaretti Courtyards.
Ooh.
2 Racer's Ring, which is the red-green land, which, by the way, you can pay 4 to sacrifice a draw card. Not bad. And I had a Riveteer's Outlook as well.
Yeah. What does a Cabaretti Courtyard do? Remind us of what these do.
So these are
what these do.
These do. Poopy. So what they do is they immediately get sacrificed when you play them. Boom, they're on the battlefield for 1 hot second. So don't bother with the nice art versions of these ones. You're never going to see them, except in your hand. Come to the battlefield, immediately sacrificed. You go find a forest, a mountain, or a plains in the case of the Cabaretti.
Really nice.
Put into play tapped, and you gain a life.
Wow, that's really nice.
It's excellent.
That's great.
So I had the Cabaretti version of that. I had the Riveteers version of that, because if you got 2 out of 3, ain't bad.
No,
you can
not
play.
at all.
And 2 of the Racer's Rings, like I mentioned. Like I had 0 mana problems. 0.
Yeah.
The only problem I had would be Flutter, Screw it, you know, whatever.
You are solidly 3 colors.
Solid 3 colors. We're not messing around here.
You also have Ginny Faye, Jetmir's second.
Yes,
I love Ginny Faye.
Making me kitty cats and dogs. If I have any token come into play, it instead can be a 3/1 dog with vigilance or a 2/2 cat with haste. And she's a 3/3 for 3 mana.
And she's just the best.
She is the best.
She's the best. She looks great. Great poise. Look at her dog and cat. Perfection. Put her in charge.
I love this card. I have also, to go with Ginny Faye and to help fix my mana a little bit, because my top end is 2, 7 drops.
Yeah.
I have Glittermonger, which is a 1/4 for 4 mana. Tap, create a treasure token.
Wow. So you can create treasures to help get to your top end. Or later on, you can just be like, tap, make a cat.
Yes.
Tap, make dog.
So I was just making dogs every turn with my Glittermonger in one of my matches.
Absolutely busted.
My poor opponent was like, I'm never beating that. I'm like, yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
That's impossible to beat unless you kill everything.
Incredible.
Which, speaking of killing everything, something I will say about this format is the number of board wipes.
There are quite a few.
Is significant.
Yes.
There are so many. So just beware. But overall, I'll talk about the deck a little bit more specifics, but overall, I would say like the mana fixing was there.
Yeah.
It was totally fine to play 3 colors. I could have probably played 5, honestly.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to just keep it simple and play 3 this weekend. The power level is extremely high. Mm-hmm. Because we're in a multicolored format and the multicolored cards give you more of a payoff than monocolored cards, obviously, because it's quote unquote a little harder to cast them. So power level is super high. The bombs, extremely bomby.
Yeah.
We talked about Titan of Industry right there.
Woof.
Yikes.
Look at him hug that building.
Is that what he's doing?
He's just gently hugging a building. He's an elemental made of buildings, gently hugging another building.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I went 2-2 with this deck overall for the 4 rounds, and the decks I lost to were both Obscura. If that tells you anything.
Ooh.
Obscura seems to be the consensus as the best crime family around.
Okay.
And I would have to agree with that. Their cards are really, really good. The blue and white flyers that exist are excellent. I played against Dr. Manhattan a couple of times, which is the 5/4 flyer that shrinks your creatures based on the number of CMCs, or excuse me, mana values in your graveyard. There's a 5/5 flyer that has 2 shield counters on it, and when you attack, you can sacrifice something to like make a citizen and draw a card. So dumb.
Youch.
So I did lose the flyers in the end.
Yeah.
But overall, this deck performed really, really well. I will give a couple of shout outs to everybody because this comes out on Arena on Thursday. Early access streamer event today, Tuesday. If you're listening to that day this episode comes out, we'll be streaming on twitch.tv/GLHF Magic. Cards I want you to play. Rafine's Informant.
Okay, what does it do?
This is a 1 and a white for a 2/1 human wizard. When Rafine's Informant enters the battlefield, it connives.
Great. Love it.
Megan, connive is a fantastic mechanic.
I believe it. I'm so excited.
I mean, it just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You get a loot, and
Drop,
then if you discard a non-land, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on something.
Perfection.
I love connive.
Great.
It's excellent, and this card was great. Now, this is a card everyone was talking about before the event, and they were right. Inspiring Overseer. This is 2 and a white for a 2/1 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, you gain a life and draw a card.
This is like this card keeps existing in Magic recently, and it keeps getting a little better and a little better, and here it is. Yep. Like now we've given it flying.
There's nothing else they can do to this version of this card. Otherwise, it's going to cost 4 mana.
You wait.
Yeah, famous last words.
Yeah.
They can never push it ever again. I loved shield counters. I thought they were really, really fun to play with. Yep. They made gameplay interesting, if not annoying at times. I have here a bird. 3 and a white for Swooping Protector, flash flying 2/1. It enters with a shield counter on it.
Oh, so you can get a free Bloxies out of it.
Yeah, free Bloxies. Sometimes you trade these.
Yeah.
Because flyers happen to be, generally smaller. And they're not expecting the Spanish Inquisition,
No.
So that was
they're not
great
expecting
card.
the Spanish Inquisition? Is that like a turn of phrase that I don't know?
You've never heard nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition?
What? Never in my life.
Wow.
You're telling me that this is a saying that exists.
Listeners, please do not unsubscribe from our podcast. We will have an education session with Megan after this.
What?
It's a famous Monty Python sketch. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
I don't. And I've seen a lot of Monty Python.
This is like me and the fence thing last week.
Yeah, I am bewildered. Which Monty Python is it in?
I don't remember. It's just like it's just like something that exists in the fabric of space and time.
I am completely flummoxed. I cannot believe it.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
Google
gonna
it.
Keep telling us about this deck.
Great. So the removal I had, of course, in sealed removal is always extremely important. I had Light 'em Up, and I'll talk about that card because it has Casualty on it. So this is 1 in red for a sorcery, Casualty 2. Light 'em Up deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. And this was fabulous because, 2 damage for 2 mana, that's, a fine rate. We've paid that before in Magic a number of times. But the mere fact that I could Casualty something and kill both of their creatures, the flexibility of being able to have that on the card was huge.
Okay, it comes from Flying Circus, which is probably one that I have seen the least.
Sure, yeah.
Wild. All right, sorry, keep going.
Yeah. So I also loved Casualty because nobody's forcing you to Casualty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to do it, go ahead and do it. And sometimes it made for very tricky decisions. Like, do I want to sacrifice, for example, Rafine's Informant? Yes, of course, absolutely. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Kill both of your creatures. Or do I just want to kill one? I love the flexibility of Casualty, and it was very fun to play with, led to interesting decisions.
Nice.
Another mechanic, other new one I want to talk about, let's find a card that I put in my deck specifically with it here. Riveteer's Decoy with Blitz.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about Blitz on this.
Yeah, so this is a 3/1 for 2 mana, but you can blitz it out for 3 and a green. It must be blocked if able. And Blitz says when your creature dies, if you blitzed it out, you draw a card.
Yeah.
So you have to sacrifice it even if it doesn't die in combat after your blitz.
Yeah.
But
are your kids blitzing out? Know the signs. www.blitzinout.com.
Has your kid paid more mana to exist today? They might be blitzing out.
They might be blitzing out.
Does your kid text Blitz, OMG, LOL, find out what it means? So I love Blitz too.
Wow. Nice. All hits all day.
Blitz was a hit. I didn't know if I was going to like Blitz because I was like, to be honest with you, it's kind of like, oh, that's a little boring. Like we've seen effects similar to Blitz in the past. No, I think Blitz is so cool. I didn't think I was going to do it because I was like, no, I want a creature. I want my 3/1. But it's so much more relevant than that, particularly late game, because you're just like, no, I'd rather have the card and get in for some chip damage,
Oh, man. Also, look at his shiny gold coat.
It's beautiful.
That's great. Gorgeous.
The other removal in the deck was Kill Shot, which destroyed target attacking creature, which I will say is worse in this format than normal because of shield counters.
Yes.
So please beware. I had Ready to Rumble, which deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. But the best one was Buy Your Silence, which exiles.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah,
in the world of shield counters.
Shield counters are going to be the name of the game when you're thinking about removal in this set, and exile priority number 1. For sure. Yeah, so that one gives them a treasure token, but whatever, who cares? Their creature's exiled. That's the main point.
Is this a trumpet player who's had his mouth taken away?
Wait, is that the trombone player from the other card?
No, it's not a trombone player.
Okay.
I can't tell if it's a taser or a trumpet. Maybe it's both.
Are there tasers in Magic?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Let me look at it. Oh, yeah. That's definitely some kind of horned instrument player whose mouth has been magically transformed into something creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Ew. Mickey the Mouth kept his nickname after he struck his deal with Giorgio? I don't know. Even though he never spoke another word.
Those two names are spelled super differently.
How do you pronounce it? Gregorio?
Let's see. Yeah, Gregorio.
Okay. Yeah, that's the flavor text on that bad boy.
All right. Nice.
But yeah, I had a nice little curve. I had some great top end, some okay removal. Really just okay because it didn't exile.
Yeah.
Let's get real. And some cool combos with Ginny Faye and Glittermonger. I loved this deck. It was such a blast playing Streets of New Capenna, playing a paper pre-release for the first time ever. Highly recommend. Very interested to see.
For the first time ever.
Yeah, for the first time ever, I highly recommend you go play pre-release. I'm so excited to see how this format develops once we get it on Arena and once more people are out in the world playing it, because it was super fun.
I'm very excited to draft it.
Yeah.
I love a 3-color draft. And
Absolutely.
This is very nice.
I mean, do you remember how much we loved Khans of Tarkir?
Yes.
I mean, Tons of Tarkir.
Great.
It was great.
It was so good.
So no pressure, Streets of New Capenna, but that's what you're living up to.
Yeah.